Young Sheldon Season 7 admits to the harsh truth about how it is treating Sheldon. The initial idea for the Big Bang Theory prequel is to expand on Sheldon's childhood stories in Texas that he loved to share. Since he was also the most prominent member of the Pasadena gang, young Sheldon seemed like the perfect way to expand the popular universe co-created by Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady. With Jim Parsons co-executive producing and providing adult Sheldon narration, the prequel became an immediate hit for CBS when it premiered in 2017. 7 years later, young Sheldon has evolved significantly, especially during the last few years. With The Big Bang Theory ending in 2019, the writers weren't as pressured to establish storytelling connections between the shows. By the time Sheldon started college at East Texas Tech in Young Sheldon Season 4, the series transitioned to become a true family comedy drama, with an emphasis on the rest of the ensemble. Still, Sheldon is the show's lead, hence why it is forced to end based on the timeline of his life. Sadly, Young Sheldon Season 7 seems to be ignoring this detail. In Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 6, Baptists, Catholics, and an attempted drowning, Mary scrambles to ensure that Mandy and Georgie are married, while also sneaking behind everybody's back by having baby Cease baptized by Pastor Jeff. The events of the outing primarily take place in Medford, which means that Sheldon's scenes are limited, considering that he has been spending most of his days at East Texas Tech. He does make an appearance at the start of the episode, however, to haul out his computer while Mary is pressuring Georgie and Mandy to tie the knot. When asked to leave the room, the boy genius simply says, "Just pretend we're not here, as I'm doing with you." Surprisingly, it sounds like a meta comment on the status of Sheldon in his own series. Since coming home from Germany, his stories have been separate from the rest of the family, except when young Sheldon retconned George's cheating scandal. While the line is mainly for comedic purposes, it exposes the series' failure to make the most of the limited time that the Cooper family will all be together. Soon, Sheldon will move and George will die. Why young Sheldon has no choice but to ignore Sheldon. Young Sheldon has become so much bigger than Sheldon. Diversifying young Sheldon's storytelling came with several benefits. For starters, it made the series more dynamic, especially once the viewers realized that every member of Sheldon's family is interesting in their own right. Georgie, Missy, and the rest's narratives are more grounded than the boy genius, which typically revolves around his academic or geek pursuits. This was already the bulk of his personal stories in The Big Bang Theory, albeit with a constant group of people with him. Although this was great while CBS was establishing young Sheldon, the prequel needed to broaden its narrative to grow its audience. All of these stories take away the time that young Sheldon used to mainly devote to Sheldon, hence why it seems like he has been sidelined for a while now. Introducing arcs for other young Sheldon characters means also following through with those plots. That's what it has been doing. Since meeting, there has been a steady movement in Georgie and Mandy's romance. Meanwhile, Missy's rebellion narrative, divisive as it was, dominated the tail end of Season 6. Mima's life has become more interesting after she started her business, while George and Mary's marriage has had its ups and downs. All of these stories take away the time that young Sheldon used to mainly devote to Sheldon, hence why it seems like the show has been sidelining its titular character. Can young Sheldon make up for ignoring Sheldon in Season 7? Young Sheldon enters the back half of its final season, further proving the idea that the boy genius is being excluded from most group arcs in Young Sheldon Season 7 is Sheldon's absence at Georgie and Mandy's wedding. As seen in both promo images and its trailer, the boy genius is nowhere to be found. Whether he joins them during the subsequent celebration is uncertain, but photos reveal that he won't be in the actual ceremony. Considering that the event will take place at the midpoint of the year, it's curious if there's any chance that the Big Bang Theory prequel can make up for this blunder. It may cause some backlash, considering how beloved all other members of the Cooper family have become. But it's vital for the overall franchise that Sheldon is properly transitioned from the prequel to his eventual life in The Big Bang Theory.